Ordinary. And those cheap imitation. See if they put Raul. See if they put Raul next to Maduro. Yeah,
Texas, South Carolina, Indiana, other states, Tennessee are pushing to redistrict to get rid of Democrats. And the Democrats are trying to do the same things. But what's important about South Carolina is the Republicans, the speaker, the House stood up and said, I'm not going to do this. You know, basically refused to do it. It's the only thing to do it is to take out Jim Clyburn, who is a black representative and who is one of the leaders in the Congress. And he refused to take them out. And that is the only way it could have worked. It'll be interesting to see when President Trump goes after him for doing that. He has done that in the past. For example, in Indiana, there were 7 senators, state senators, opposed him on redistricting, on changing the map in Indiana. The president put in a ton of money, and he took out at least 5 of them. One of them won. So of the 7, 1 won in that primary. 5 lost. 5 lost on this redistricting interview, and the other one is literally within 3 votes. The person who opposed the president's winning by 3 votes to show you how important everybody's vote is, why we all need to vote. But it just shows you the power of President Trump. We have never seen this in history before. So really, this much power in this party. And I think we all agree this is going to change the Republican Party for a very, very long time to come.
Richard, something else interesting that I wanted to ask you about, you know, from back in one things like Idaho, Oregon, and does that point to a broader national trend, or is that more localized races?
Yeah, well, the national trend is president, right? In those races, had the president not intervened, those candidates might not have gone along. I think those candidates, Oregon probably was in the fall, and Idaho would want to either way. So I think we should see president is expanding his map, expanding the places that he is endorsing people, trying to have a wider influence. Look, when the day is done, and what I mean when the day is done, I mean in 2029, when President Trump is no longer the president, what is the Republican Party going to look like? And that is really what is going on. So what he's trying to do over the next 2 years, the final 2 years of his presidency, is to have people in office who are just totally loyal to him and will do what he wants, will pass the legislation he wants, and support the issues he wants. That's what he's trying to accomplish. You see it all over the country. That is the strategy in Oregon and Idaho, Texas, wherever you're going to go. But the real question of the Republican Party now is, in a post-Trump world, how does that play out? And is having people who are so loyal to President Trump in 2029, 2030, and longer, how does that affect the party? And will there be a faction in the Republican Party of people who just don't want to go that way and want to return to a more pre-Trump Republican Party, a George Bush, a Mitt Romney, a party that is much more centered and moderate than the party we're seeing now, which is truly supportive of the president and much less ideologic in that way.
All right, Richard, well, let's wrap this up for our viewers. We touched on a lot here. What are the key takeaways? What should we be watching for as we head towards midterms? And really just any other thoughts you have that I might have missed?
Sure. Well, first of all, one cannot escape this primary season without just saying that the president has exerted extraordinary power and has shown extraordinary power. And if I were a Republican on any level, Senate, Congress, mayor, whatever the level is, state legislator, superintendent of schools, if I annoy the president, there's a very strong chance that he's going to take me out. I don't think there's a race in the country that he and his team are not paying attention to. And I think they're doing everything they can to control the future electorate of this country. One of the things one should say is when you control the governor, the secretary of state, the attorney general, the state legislature, you basically control the elections. You control how people vote, when you redistrict, you control almost everything. And that is a major part of it. So I'm spending a lot of time paying attention, not only to the top level elections, but the lower level elections, because they're going to have a major, major impact. The other thing I'm paying a lot of attention to is this coming Tuesday, what's going to happen in Texas between the the Attorney General and the sitting United States Senator. The President has endorsed the challenger, which is very, very, very unusual. So let's pay attention to that. And the other big thing that we have to talk about is June 2nd and what is going on in California. The California race has been topsy-turvy with people dropping out and people coming in, a lot of money being spent. As you may know, it's a jungle primary, which means the top two vote getters, regardless of party, go on to the general election. There is a possibility, it's waning, but there's a possibility that the Republicans control both of the top two spots, which means that they will be guaranteed winning the governorship. I don't think it happens, but we got to keep a close eye on that. The California gubernatorial election is absolutely wild and definitely deserving of our attention moving forward. So those are some of the things I'm paying close attention to.
We paying close attention here on Live Now from Fox as well. Richard Morgan, appreciate you as always for coming on.
Christine, thank you for having me. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. And stay with us here on Live Now from Fox, stepping away for a commercial break. We'll be right back. My name is Christine Tina.
As such a bundled home and all with 24/7 protection, you can have all the worry about.
That's right. At Progressive, it's our job to do the worrying for you.
This candle, for example, awfully close to the curtains. And when was this porch built? The damn building codes back then?
Are your headlights too bright?
Do people know when you're texting with the toilet? How many spiders do you really need in your sleep?
Yes, when you bundle home and all, you can be free of all these worries and more. Because we're already worrying for you. Oh, and the answer is 8
Very fast. I take Red Bull. But you feel great about that. Yes, Red Bull gives you wings, but I'm scared of heights. Red Bull gives you wings.
The new Red Bull Sun Substance with a taste of hibachi lime. Wings for your summer. Ask for Fidelity of Quattro and make you about a Quattro love.
No, it's not just believing.
Information. Green Beret lost his leg fighting terrorists, then requalified because warriors don't quit, they overcome. Now he's running for governor, making sure we stay in the free state of Florida, fighting to keep costs of families affordable, safer communities, stronger families. We need to put it all in moving because with Jay Collins, he is critical. In the possibilities at the Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival.
And welcome in here to Live Now from Fox. So taking you out to India, we've been monitoring this live look here as the Secretary of State Marco Rubio was speaking earlier at the U.S. Embassy in New Delhi, and there he is live right now as they're heading to another ceremony. Let's turn up the sound and let's see what we can hear.
Secretary Marco Rubio. Please stand on the red carpet for brief remarks. Ambassador.
I just want to welcome our great Secretary of State again to India. We had a phenomenal meeting today with the Prime Minister. It's a relationship we deeply care about. It's a relationship that is growing. Literally today, the Secretary opened a brand new building right here. So that is a partnership that we are continuing to grow. We have our Quad meeting. Since I have arrived here a few months ago, we had settled our trade deal. India has joined Pax Silica. Investment is at record levels, and this partnership will continue to grow. And today, the Secretary extended an invite to Mr. Modi to come visit the White House and have the President. Yes, great things ahead.
It's great to be here at the facility in the embassy and to open a new building. That's really going to make us more efficient in terms of the work we do here. And obviously to thank our locally employed staff here as well, which are excellent. And we had a very productive meeting today. We'll have very productive meetings in this visit. India is at the cornerstone of how the United States approaches the Indo-Pacific, and not just through the Quad, but bilateral. You see that in the $20 billion of Indian companies invested in the United States. You see it in their signing up for Pax Silica, but you also see it in the other opportunities we have to explore between two advanced economies. I know there's a lot of American interest in the corporate side in the United States, highly skilled labor, highly skilled workers here, production capabilities, and vice versa in the United States as well. So there's just so much for us to work on. And we have a very solid foundation. I think it's also appropriate, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow, to be here to celebrate America's 250th anniversary, our 250th birthday, in which the world's oldest economy in the United States and the world's oldest democracy in the United States and the world's largest democracy here in India are natural partners now and in the future. So it's a great relationship already. It really is. We do so much together, and there's so much more to do. And so my hope that this visit continues to add to those areas in which we work together in a variety of forms and settings and in a variety of sectors and areas. So thank you for covering this. Thank you. What now? Sorry. There may be news later today. I don't have news for you at this very moment, but there might be some news a little later today. There may not be. I hope there will be, but I'm not sure yet. The question is about the Iranian issue, and as I said, there's been some progress done, some progress made. Even as I speak to you now, there's some work being done. There is a chance that whether it's later today, tomorrow, in a couple of days, we may have something to say, but this issue needs to be solved, as the president said, one way or the other. Iran can never have a nuclear weapon. The straits need to be opened without tolls. They need to turn over their enriched uranium. They need to turn over their highly enriched uranium. We need to address that issue. We need to address the issue of enrichment. These are the president's points consistently. And his preference is always to deal with it in a diplomatic way. The president's preference is always to solve problems such as these through a negotiated diplomatic solution. That's what we're working on right now. But this problem will be solved, as the president's made clear, one way or the other. We hope it's done through the diplomatic route. That's what we're working on, and perhaps there'll be something to talk about on that topic while I'm here on this visit at some point. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Secretary, Ambassador Gore, thank you so much. Enjoy the evening.
Some of that once again from Secretary of State Marco Rubio ahead of this reception in New Delhi. Once again, before we shoot these live comments here from him a bit earlier, as there was ribbon cutting at a building just about an hour or so ago. Now, this is a several-day trip here for the secretary. He arrived this morning in India, and ahead of that meeting next week with counterparts from India, Australia, and Japan. Now, this is Rubio's first official trip to India, and it comes as Washington is seeking to stabilize relations with New Delhi after President Trump's tariff policies raised duties on several Indian entities. But much of this 4-day on a multi-city tour, along with the capital stop in New Delhi, on 600 days anniversary of U.S. independence. If we get any more ugly findings coming in here, of course, bring them to you on Live Now from Fox. We're going to take this time to step for another commercial break at 9:25 on the East Coast and 6:25 on the West Coast. Stay with us here on Live Now from Fox.
She's got 12 projects.
I see how fast. Yeah, well, let's go.
Everybody knows you're not supposed to put yard waste in the trash, man.
Let's go. It's a thing.
Dedicated RV parking, or what the heck?
No, we're not living it out. It's okay. You don't need to take it. There's no more waiting. So can't say you permit guilty of terrorist thing, but we can't say anybody.
Second feet, it's not out at one item.
You're literally the only one who cares.
Best it has one of $4 sausage biscuit meal needed, or the sausage with muffin meal needed. Sausage with muffin. It's $4 breads.
Scholarship. All counting on you.
So now we belongs to the neighbor. 360 ANC with sound by Bose.
Chair of the Republican Women's Caucus, Florida Representative Kat Hammock, is leading a bipartisan push to address sexual misconduct allegations in Congress. Now, this follows allegations involving Democrat Eric Swalwell and Republican Tony Gonzalez, which led to both lawmakers resigning from Congress and called the House Ethics investigation into Florida Republican Corey Mills over accusations of revenge porn and dating violence. Now the Republican Women's Caucus is teaming up with the Democratic Women's Caucus to discuss potential reforms. And Hammock says this issue goes beyond just politics. She joins us on Live Network Fox. Congresswoman, thank you so much for taking the time. And really, it is rare to see Democrats and Republicans working together in this bipartisan way. So how did this task force come about?
Well, thanks for having me. And yes, it is pretty rare to see such a big bipartisan effort, especially in a contentious midterm year. But what we have seen is that this is a bipartisan problem, so it's going to require a bipartisan solution. And while I'm glad that Tony Gonzalez and Eric Swalwell are no longer serving on Capitol Hill, it really comes down to the fact that we cannot have accountability begin and end with expulsions. We need to stop this behavior before it gets to that point. And so we're working to address a couple of key issues here. We see that the training for members and staff is woefully inadequate, more of a check the box exercise. When you've got folks from multiple generations and all different backgrounds up here in Capitol Hill, sometimes the lines get blurred about what's acceptable and what's not. So that needs to change. We also need to streamline all the resources that are available to people who have become victims of sexual misconduct in the workplace. And so we want to create that one-stop shop where folks know who to call, where to go, resources are available. No one should ever have to make a decision between reporting this incident and their career. I've heard from too many people, especially women, that have opted not to come forward to report someone sexually assaulted or worse, because they would fear retaliation of their job. So that retaliation culture is also something that we're looking to grow. So lots of work happening here on Capitol Hill to make sure that it's a safe place for everyone to work and serve, because this is a tour of duty for all of us.
For the resignations of Representatives Eric Swalwell and Tony Gonzalez, can you speak to really how serious of a problem you believe sexual misconduct is on Capitol Hill?
It is certainly a big problem, because if you just look at the staff that has been surveyed over the last couple of months, 3% is how many people, that's the number of staff that feel that Congress is actually serious about addressing misconduct on Capitol Hill. That is probably the worst approval rating on an issue in the country for any organization. So the confidence is beyond low when it comes to the capability of us to handle the situations. But then you look at some of the things that have been reported. Of course, we know Tony Gonzalez and Eric Swalwell have been highlighted. You mentioned Corey Mills. But I also think that there are women who are a problem in this space. We saw Alma Adams was accused by a staffer of an inappropriate relationship. So this is not exclusive to men. I think this is coming down to a power dynamic imbalance where people, they start to believe their own press, they get an ego, and their teams are very eager to say yes. And sometimes that leads to bad behavior. Just because something may be technically legal doesn't necessarily mean it's the most ethical thing to do. And if we aren't willing to police ourselves, we can't expect to hold other associations and industries accountable. So if we're going to be serious about this issue and draining the swamp, we've got to stop the swampy behavior. And Lord knows there's lots of it happening up here on Capitol Hill.
Let's touch on that a little bit more here. And actually, just to quote you directly, you've said accountability cannot begin and end with punishment after the fact. What kinds of prevention and transparency reforms are you pushing for?
I mean, something as simple as the training for, obviously, members, they do a once a year training. You can basically turn on the video and walk away. I think that the training should, one, be in person. I think some of them are a little bit silly because it, talks about, well, you can't say this about how someone's stressed. Sure, okay, I think that, people should be able to judge what's appropriate, what's not. But let's talk about the fact that you have members of Congress who are texting their staff at all hours of the night. I've heard from several staff that have come forward that say, hey, my boss will take everybody out drinking And then I'll start getting late night text messages and I'm uncomfortable, but I feel like I can't say no to my boss or not respond. And when they've just kind of given innocuous, oh, haha, smiley face, LOL, the boss seems to think that that's a green light and continues to pursue and flirt and push. That is something that we see all the time. So really kind of just letting members, but also senior staff say, hey, it's not appropriate to be showing up at your employee or junior staff or subordinate's apartment. It's not appropriate to be texting at all hours of the night. I think these are basic reforms that we could make, but I also think that there's some things on the front end that we could do to keep creeps from even getting to Congress. Things like having to disclose on your candidate disclosure whether or not you've ever had to pay out a settlement for sexual harassment. We have to do financial disclosures. That should be another component of having to disclose in the spirit of transparency whether or not they have ever had cases like this in their previous life. So those are some of the things that we're talking about doing to make sure that we're actually getting to this. Because we don't want to issue a report, we just want to make the changes so that this place actually improves.
You mentioned something interesting when I first brought you in here in response to the first question I asked. Talking about that environment, allowing victims to come forward without fear of retaliation or losing their jobs. How do you create an environment like that on Capitol Hill?
That's been one of the toughest issues to really wrap our arms around because it is such a small place, Capitol Hill, the entire environment when you're looking at the associations that frequent Capitol Hill, media, and then of course the members and their teams. It's really hard when someone leaves another office for a reason such as this, that member then doesn't retaliate by giving a bad recommendation, which is that chilling effect as to why people don't come forward, because this entire place has been built on recommendations. And so we've been discussing what options are out there. We've had some folks suggest independent panels, the ability for people to peer report, so it doesn't directly tie back to them. But while you're trying to balance protecting a victim, you also have due process to consider. And that is also something that gets to a place where if someone is accused, you want to be able to get to the bottom of it. They deserve to know who their accuser is. And so one of the things that we're looking at is an independent body that is removed from the Hill to review these issues. But that's all something that this working group is going to be addressing. No definitive answers as of yet, but something that we're hoping to wrap up by the end of the year.
And as we said here, this is really a bipartisan effort. This is being supported by Democrats as well as Republicans, most notably House Speaker Mike Johnson and Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries. How important is bipartisan support for making real change happen here?
Well, when you're looking at a House dynamic in particular, with very, very tight margins, it's pretty tough to get.
If, let's look at what the Bible says. If you falsely accuse somebody, what you wanted for that person should be done to you. They put that in. What is a safe place to? There's nothing safe about it. If you want to accuse somebody of something, you better be willing to stand by what you say. Without any retaliation, or you know what? Where are you putting yourself in a situation that even has to happen? Don't tell me that you don't got the brains to know. Just like she said, people going out drinking. Why you gotta be drinking? Why you gotta be drinking with your boys? You don't want to drink. And if you want to drink, fine. Go drink. But you gotta with your boys. Wants to take you out drinking. Hey, listen, I got a date. I got a date with the ring. No, there's a lot of things that you can do. That if he comes showing up at your house, the heck is that? You get yourself like five Rottweilers. Don't feed them a couple of days. get like 5 Rottweilers. You don't feed them a couple of days. After a while, they be looking at each other. That boy could knocking on your door. Yeah. Oh yeah, they got a good taste of meat. But a lot of this stuff is so stupid. You know? Why are you alone with a guy? What if you're texting somebody? You know, if you feel it's inappropriate, hey, you gotta let him know from Jump Street. You don't let him continue. That means that you gotta find another job. And you know what? So be it. What is this? Have you ever had to pay out? Yeah, have you ever had to pay for sexual harassment stuff? Okay, well, how about this? Have you ever made an accusation against a guy and it turned out to be a true, or it didn't lead to an arrest and a conviction? So with that, um, if you're gonna accept one, you're gonna talk about one to get in, but about the other one to get in. You know, oh, me too. Me too. No, most of the time, I'm not saying you asked for. I'm not saying you asked to get rid. You're stupid. You're stupid. You got yourself in a situation with drinking with the wrong person. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. How do you say? You didn't do this correct safeguards. If I go out to drink, I make sure with people that know. This time I went out to drink, I went out to drink 2 years ago with my son and his girlfriend. Went to go see that there was Spence fight. So, hey, um, and that was, and I didn't get rip roaring drunk. I had a couple of beers. That's it. A couple of beers. Yeah, I had a couple of beers. And shit. He had a couple of drinks too. But I'm not gonna rip roaring, you know, come out there staggering and then driving. And that's not what happened. He's something in the car. He can go. I don't care. No. I like myself. I like myself too much. You know. I got a lot of things going on. That's good. Gotta go see my grandkids in Texas. Want to get remarried again. You know, want to have kids again. I want to be one of those. I want to be one of those old guys that they can get kids in Pampers and he's in Pampers too. What's that? No, you know that's not. You got to change the whole rules because it's way too much power on the women's side. Everybody says they believe the woman. Yet when a woman gets caught having sex with a young kid, they don't even they don't, chances are she's not even going to that. Chances are she ain't going to. But if a guy does it, forget about it. So before we start thinking about doing new stuff, let's see if we can fix the old stuff. You know, you can't really you can't start new stuff because Swalwell, who is it, Gonzalez resigned because you know the sexual misconduct or you know. And what is this thing about? Can't even tell her it's a nice dress you got on. Yeah, because it's the stupidest thing. And if it's see a compliment, you know, I mean, I'm like that. If I think something is nice, I'll tell the person, say something weird, like, or, you know, that thing really compliments your curves and this and that, go into all these details. Or just because I say, oh, this is a nice outfit you got on, or whatever, that's sexual harassment that someone wants to talking. That's totally stupid. It's totally stupid. I don't understand it. I took one of those courses that they had at this one place that I was gonna be working it, and it was totally ridiculous. Shit. Totally ridiculous. I can understand they want any kind of lawsuits and stuff like that. I get it. But let's be logical about it. And look at this stuff with how many people right now in jail that really don't belong in there. I'm not saying that they didn't rape before. They couldn't rape before. Okay. I mean, if a person says that they're innocent, okay, let's hook them up. Let's hook them up to a lie detector. Let's hook them up to that eyeball thing. And let's see about that past. Okay, say you wasn't guilty of this rape. You have you ever raped before? Let's throw out the self-incriminating part of the Constitution out there for a little while. I mean, if he's so serious about his innocence, look at Mike Tyson. Tell Mike Tyson, for example, he said that he didn't rape this free Washington, but he did admit that he raped other women. Okay, so what's the big deal, right? Just because you didn't, most people they do crime, right? They get caught, but they get caught 20 times that they get away. And that's it. Some people don't get caught at all. So that they're innocent, as they say in Spanish, no do perro, it's a Russian. So you get that more to the door, this one ain't true. Well,
If we're going to be serious about this issue and draining the swamp, that's not swampy behavior. And Lord knows there's lots of it happening on the road. Let's touch on that a little bit. We're very interested.
You still the accountability cannot be given. And with punishment after the fact, what kinds of prevention and transparency are you putting?
Something as simple as training for obviously members, they do a once a year training. You can basically throw a video of a day. Also, he can't say this house, once you guys sure are gonna be, you know, people should be able to judge what's, it's not. But let's talk about the money that you have.
Switch this to on. All right.
This entire place has been built on brick making. Telephone number 81599525591.
Hello, good evening. This is physical therapist from Venice, Social. To try to set up a schedule for Victor Everett to do the physical therapy evaluation for tomorrow. You were very, very.
Change purpose, and I like to add in to promise, because my wife, this is a younger version of me and her and the whole family. These are adults now, the kids. But my wife, when I was sick, she was given a promise from God that not only am I going to get well, but take a message to the world. You've heard some of that story, but I show you this because all of us have went through our story. All of us had neurotoxic illness, and all of them are somehow part of this mission now. You know, this one, it had different toxins. Of course, my wife had lead toxicity that disrupted her hormones. This one had incurable.
Someone's at Stephen's green doorbell.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Okay. Was it? Was be quiet. Okay. Morning. Be quiet. Good morning to you. That's quiet. Sit. Be quiet. Some racism now. So That's right. You want to sit down?
Yes, please. If you stay here, I will stay here. Okay. Thank you.
I said be quiet.
What?
It's the man's.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
West Point graduate, huh?
You just take the car. Let me try. Don't be a bad boy. You fair for it, I'm getting on my bad side. Not today. Especially after I get physical therapy evaluation.
Yes. Good to see you.
So
So
where you from?
I'm from here. I live here in the Riverview,
Uh-huh.
but originally I came from the Philippines.
This boy here is looking for some fur. So he's looking for, I think he wants me to give him a bath for something maybe. So you gonna be quiet? What? You gonna be quiet? What? Be quiet.
Enfermera, tengo que cuando la gente
Hello. Good morning.
tú tienes que decir cuando la gente va a dormir, que bueno,
Okay.
que está.
So, what part of Philly you in?
I am in the Mindanao, Southern. Are you familiar with that?
Just because I like to see videos from there, you know.
Oh, okay.
And actually, I have a friend. I think she's from Mindanao.
Mm.
That's where the isn't that where that area is that they have like a little Muslim town that they kind of control themselves. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. She's from there. She tells me that they got their own little thing. She spent some time and she was working as an overseas border in Qatar.
Mm.
And I always used to tell her, I said, you know, I'm gonna see you with just the eyeball. You know, she said, no, they don't. She went over there and worked a couple of years. Now she's back in the Philippines. Let me just put this over here as clear. I'm not one who's really to people calling me up and stuff already. Yeah. And I like to do.
Hey, can you verify me your date of birth?
Yeah, my date of birth is 11/22/1967.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Possibly the worst birthday you could ever have.
Why?
Well, my birthday was when Kennedy got shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was that was kind of messed up, but I mean, everybody was over there crying, and I was a little kid. The cake was bigger than me.
Wow.
And so they put the big cake over there. Everybody was crying. They didn't want to let me eat cake. So I told them, I said, how you gonna let me? But they had a special cake there. And in New York City, they had a place that used to be called Valencia. And when you said you got a cake from Valencia, that was a big deal.
Mm.
It was nothing small, nothing cheap about it. And then so they put this big cake on the table. They said I was gonna get any, and everybody was crying there. I don't care about everybody crying. I just wanted some cake.
What's going on?
The audacity of this guy to get shot on my birthday. You should have picked another day, to go out in an open car like that.
Yes.
And sure enough, so I got up on the table and I kicked the cake. I kicked the cake and there was only like a corner of the cake left. Oh, that wasn't. I had cake on the outside of my shoe. I had cake on the inside of my shoe. I had cake inside my socks. That's how bad it was. And the dog loved it. He just jumped into action He was like a ninja. He just, I don't even think he touched the floor. He just went right across the room and started eating all that cake that was on the ground. And then I hear the swishing sound of my father's belt going through the belt loops.
You know what it means.
Yeah, and then my uncle kind of stepped in and he said no, he said don't, he said let him eat cake because he doesn't understand. So there was only a little corner of the cake, and that's what I ate. Me and the dog were the only one who ate. Then the next year, they brought the cake in, for my birthday. And the dog, he was like salivating already. He said, all right, But it didn't happen. I think the dog got PTSD after that, Yeah, he was like, he never, stop it, Milo, stop it. Be quiet already. Hey. This dog doesn't know when to be quiet.
Tiene hambre.
It's crazy.
You speak
Well,
Spanish?
well, if he's hungry, give him
Yeah.
some to
Speak
eat.
Spanish? No,
Yeah.
wow, amazing.
Tiene hambre.
Unfortunately. I wish she was, next time maybe I get married to a deaf girl.
Espera un momento.
This way, if I don't want to hear her, I just close my eyes. She's my ex-wife. So, but, yeah. 11/22/1957. That's terrible.
Yeah. Che fatto quando si vede?
Yeah, I had I don't know if they tell you about my background, but I had a double stroke in June of 22. Previous to that, I was disabled. I had got SSI because of my back issues. And I was in 2019, June of 2022, I had a double stroke. And it was really bad. I mean, I couldn't walk. I had trouble going from the bed to the. They showed me how to go to the wheelchair. And then from there, I went from the wheelchair. I went out to this. They're gonna let me go. That was gonna be my new normal. And then when I went to they were gonna let me go home, so the guy took me to the therapist. He took me near where the chapel is at. So let me go inside and let me just look at that. And he said, well, there's no place for you to hang on. You're gonna have to just hold on to my hands and walk you into it. And then so I took his hands and I started walking into the chapel. I felt real strong, and I said, hold it. I said, let me just see something that I feel real strong. And so right there, I just started walking. I was walking with a tremendous limp, but I was walking. So I went from the wheelchair to walking. And then about 2 years ago.
We continue with that. If you can sign this form first,
All right.
This is a consent form, okay?
Okay.
You give us authorization to do the evaluation.
All right, over here?
Yeah, over here. That's right here. And then this book belongs to you, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna give that to you.
Okay, so why am I signing it? For me?
No, I mean, because I think I will take a picture of that. And that's
Okay.
yours.
Now I'm getting
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
I mean, I got memory issues, but I didn't think it was that bad that I got to say, who's that, Today's the 23rd, is it?
Yes, sir. You're right. Yeah. All right, thank you. And what you sign here is the same in the computer, okay? Laptop. And give it to you.
Well, about 2 years ago.
Just use the finger and you sign it.
All right. About 2 years ago, during the Crawford Spence fight, I had something happen. I had some kind of episode happen. The way the doctor explained it, he said with chronic pains like this, you're going along and everything, and then you have something happen, and then you get a plateau in another area. He said some kind of weird name, but I don't remember exactly what it was. And then he said you keep on going, and then you're gonna go, and then he said that's the way it is with chronic illnesses, with chronic situations. And I told him, I said, well, that's really terrible. And about 3 weeks ago, Monday, on the 4th, I felt dizzy and I felt lightheaded again. So I thought it was another stroke.
Stroke, yeah.
You know. So I mean, you know, I said, let me call 911. I call 911. They come over here. The Hillsborough County Fire Rescue came, and the guy, he wants to take me to Brandon Hospital. I said, well, take me to the VA hospital. They got all they know all my medications.
Mm.
They know my past. You know, they have all my MRIs there. Everything's there. You know. No, we're gonna take you over here. This is that. And then he said the VA hospital is outside my area. I didn't get to take that.
Let me answer this, okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Don't take it.
Hello. You know, this is the therapist, physical therapist. I spoke already to Serena. Yeah, and then are you the brother of Serena? And that's one. Oh, okay, yeah. So I already scheduled to see Joy, so I'm gonna be there. It's already been taken care of. Yeah, depending on the traffic, how it goes with my patient. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, sir. Oh, you are. That's awesome, man. That's great. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much for returning my call. Thank you so much, sir. Take care. Bye. I called last night and they just returned call today. All the schedule. And you're good. Your return call, my that's awesome.
Yeah, no, you know, it's just that you know, I'm kind of looking for ways to get back to where I was at. You know?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. You know, like I said 3 weeks ago, I thought that was going on, and then the person from Hillsborough County Fire Rescue, he waited until the truck started moving, and then he tried to jam me with the IV in my arm, and over here you got speed bumps.
Oh.
So it went right over the speed bump, and it jammed right into my arm, and it was really bad. And I said, hey, what's going on? You know, and he said, oh, you know, this and that, you know, I got to do it, you know, regardless of when I got, you know, we can't, how to say it, we can't decide the conditions are perfect to put the IV in. And I said, but look, why did you do it before? Why don't you do it before we, you know, before we move it, or we wait until you get to the hospital? I mean, from here to Brandon Hospital, I drive it in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to take more than that. You're an ambulance. We can get there in 5 minutes. You know,
No traffic for that.
it was at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And there was no traffic.
20.
And they were ambulance anyway. You know, ambulance doesn't stop them. You know. And then so the guy who was there, I guess he was a supervisor, started getting loud with me. And I told him, I said, look, man, just pull over to the side of the road. I'll take a Uber over to the VA hospital. And then he just stayed quiet. So I told him again, I said, just pull over to the side of the road and let me take a Uber over to the VA. Because as far as I'm looking at it right now, it looks like a kidnapping. I mean, I'm strapped in. I can't move. It's true.
No.
That's the definition of being kidnapped. I'm strapped in. I can't move, and they're over here taking me someplace that I don't want to go. That is the definite. I mean, that's why they arrested O.J. Simpson. He didn't allow people to leave the room. He went in there trying to get his memorabilia back. You know, and he kept everybody from leaving. That is kidnapping. You know. And then when they refused to give me their name, I said, okay, don't worry about it. I'll get myself a lawyer. If not, believe me, when this is all through, well, something's gonna happen to you guys. I have to call up. I'm sure there's state people, there's county people who are probably on top of you. There's got to be county health officials. Got to be state officials that regulate you people, and who knows, even federal officials, because you're dealing with the VA hospital now. You know, so you know, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. If I gotta take them to small claims court, right? If all the lawyers in Hillsborough County deny me, you know, I'm still taking them to small claims court. I mean, $9,000 is not bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, $9,000 times 3, because it was 3 of them in the car. So, you know, if I get all 3 of them, 27,000, it's not bad, man. At least I'll be able to do something good with it, you know. But yeah, man, I felt real weak. You know, on that Monday, I felt really weak. Um, I don't know what happened. I had like, I've made a lot of Christian songs that I've written,
Good.
you know, and
Are you a Christian?
yeah,
That's awesome.
and I've written a lot of Christian songs. I at that day I couldn't even remember one, and I couldn't even finish the song.
Mm.
It's embarrassing if I tell you how much time, energy, and money I spent on these songs.
Mm.
I got like 31 of them on in my playlist,
Uh-huh.
and I couldn't even remember not a complete song.
Mm.
I would be talking to
Memory.
you.
The memory.
I would be talking to you, and yeah, something happened. Something happened. But yet the VA hospital, they said that nothing came out in the CAT scan. They said that my blood work came out okay, and they wanted to get rid of me. And I told them, I told them downstairs at the ER. I said, "There's something wrong." I said, "You don't understand. I mean, I know that there's something wrong. You know, I got dizzy, something, and it wasn't okay. I mean, you know, I know when there's something wrong, and it was just like, shh, Milo, be quiet,
Cállate.
be a good boy." And then
Cállate.
so finally, I've been medicating myself with coffee.
Coffee?
I've been drinking like 6 of these.
Oh, okay.
Which
Coffee.
is too much.
Caffeine or not caffeine?
No caffeine, yeah. And caffeinated drink, and not coffee. Something with caffeine, kind of like Mountain Dew or whatever. That has a lot of caffeine. So or any soft drink, you know?
Yeah.
Because nobody's been able to tell me anything. One doctor told me, he said, "Oh, it sounds like you had a what was it?
Tenía que llamar a
An anxiety attack." He said. I said, that's for rich people. That's not for me. I said, that's for somebody who wakes up in the morning and has to check their Bitcoin, because if the Bitcoin goes, they're gonna do too. You know, because they're so rich and they put everything into Bitcoin.
What's the Bitcoin there?
Yeah, or what happened with the Dow Industrial? You know, because they're so rich that they have everything, you know, in there. You know, their life goes up and down depending on how the Dow goes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then so I said, that's not me. I'm not a warrior.
Mm.
You know. And that's why I said, that's why I started looking up all these other symptoms, you know. And then so I told the doctor, I said, you know, this thing it sounds a lot like HDAD.
ADHD. Yeah.
ADHD or ADD, you know. And then so he tells me, well, he says that has to be diagnosed from when you're a child. And I said, so what makes you think I didn't have it since I was a child? And then so he said, well, he said, no, it doesn't work like that. He said, even if you have it as a child, you won't have it as an adult. And I said, well, you know, I don't know, man. You know, that's just.
I check your vital signs. Okay. All right, 98.7.
That's good. I'm still alive.
Hey, yo. Yeah.
So I told the doctor, I said, well, you know, I said, looking at some of the symptoms, it looks like it's depression, really bad, or bipolar, or there was these other things. And he said, well, he said those are possibilities, but I didn't want to tell you it because, you know, that it just sounds bad. And I said, yeah, but I got to know what's going on.
Yeah, you know what's going on. 96% and 97 and 85.
Yeah. But I told him, I said, because something's going on, you know, and I'm not gonna just, I mean, I gotta look it up. I gotta see what the symptoms are. I gotta see what's going on, you know. And but so far nobody's told me anything. Well, they even did like some kind of special blood test to check my kidneys, because they said that there's something in the kidneys that can actually affect your brain like this. So I don't know. And I guess so they've been doing all kind of special stuff. And hopefully we can find the whole thing. The VA has a special memory kind of
Yeah, you're the best insurance there is, the VA, you know. They really did a good job. You know. Absolutely.
Hola, chico, ¿cómo estás, papi? Mira, nene, el aire esto no sirve. Eso se están 80.
114 or 80, okay?
That's not bad.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. 140.
In the hospital, how high you are?
Ajá. Dile que sí,
No, it
que
was
está
a little
dañado.
bit up there. It was a little bit up there because of the.
A ver si van a
fact
ganar
that,
alguien.
You know,
Oye,
plus
sábado,
I'm still dealing with pain in my arm.
Yeah.
Still got,
No te
after,
digan
after
nada.
3 weeks, I still got pain in my arm. Something, it could be mental, I don't know.
Okay, va.
But I still got pain. A little while ago, I was over here and I said, what the heck am I on? I feel like if I get the needle still stuck in my arm.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6".
Yeah.
6'6". How many pounds lately?
It was 230.
No, that's much last measure there.
It was Thursday, 230 or something. But yeah, hopefully these people can find what's going on, you know, because I can't be like this, you know. This is no good, you know. I mean, you know, and then they wanna, and I told them, I said, well, you know, what are we gonna do? You know, and I'm not sleeping. You know, I mean, I can't stay on topic when I'm talking to people. And my mind is racing left and right. I gotta record or write down everything that people tell me. If not, I'm not gonna remember it. You know, so camera there, behind you, got this over here going. And you know, I have to do this because the moment I just can't remember it. Yeah. I just can't remember it, you know, and just like I was talking to this one girl on the internet, and I told her, I said, I record her. She said, "Where you do that?" I said, "Because I'm not a room remember." Ever since that 3 weeks ago, it's like, you know, now my memory is coming back because I'm able to remember like 5 songs out of 31. But you know how that is? You spend so much time making a song, reviewing it, spending money, spending time, effort, all this, putting in a distro kit and putting it on iTunes and all this, and then you're not even gonna remember you did it. That's crazy. I hear songs now, and I know I wrote them because they're in my playlist. I don't remember what I was thinking of when I don't even remember the lyrics to it or nothing. You know, I mean, you know, I know the Bible says renew your mind, but it doesn't say anything about we're gonna clean it out first.
Yeah.
we're gonna blank it out first before and then we're gonna fill it up with something good. You know, maybe God is doing a new thing because that's just weird. You know? Yeah. You know, I'd be like, what the heck is going on, man? You know, and then you know, to have that thing happen in the ambulance going over there. That was just weird. First of all, they even let me. I told them that I was dizzy and lightheaded, and still then they didn't even carry me downstairs. You would think that they would have said, okay, we're gonna get the whatever bed, you know, strap you in and take you down. But I guess since they had one woman there, I guess she wasn't gonna be able to help too much. You know, I mean, not for nothing, but they need some guys who can do it. You know? Not people who, I mean, I know some women they could probably lift up more than me right now. But like I said, I lost a lot of balance, I lost a lot of everything. I fell down on the steps. You see those steps there, the concrete and iron, those steps. I fell down there. I fell down in my room. You know, I mean, you know, it's not easy for me. I don't have no grab bars in the bathroom. So just taking a bath is like an adventure. And that's why I want. That's
you
why
have
I
a
want
shower chair?
I have a shower chair, but the VA wanted to put like grab bars in there.
Yeah.
I guess they sent the person
to come.
Yeah, to put real grab bars in there, not these things I got these little suction things.
But the problem is probably the owner of the apartment.
Well, just ask for permission. That's all.
It's okay.
Just tell them, hey, is it okay if we put grab bars in there? I mean, they're gonna do it professionally.
Right.
You know, it's not like me trying to put it there. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, because me, I probably just get drilled, you know, just try to put it in. If it works, fine. If it don't work, that's fine too, you know.
So tell me a little bit, when did you came home here? Came home from the hospital? Yesterday, the other day, last
no,
week?
they let me out on, Thursday.
Last Thursday?
No, 2 weeks ago, Thursday.
2 weeks ago, Thursday?
Right, it was the fourth that I went in. So
Okay, hold on.
Monday was the fourth, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was the eighth.
So you went in the hospital from 5/4 to 5/8?
Right, yeah, Monday, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, the eighth. Oh, seventh, okay. This was Monday the fourth, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so yeah, the seventh.
The Thursday 7.
So Thursday is the seventh, right?
So 4 to 7?
Right,
Okay.
4 to 7, yeah.
That's
I
a
know.
VA hospital?
That's right, yeah, because my,
Insurance.
Yeah, because I told these guys, I said, just stop the car and I'll take an Uber over there. And then they said, then they said, no, we'll take you over there. And I said, yeah, but they said, just pull the car over. And that's a kidnapping charge. And I'm gonna pursue it. I'm gonna pursue it. You know, I mean, if I'm driving a car, I've done Uber, I've done Lyft, I've done Yellow Cab. If somebody tells me pull the car over, I'm pulling the car over.
Yeah, that's it, right. It's their rights, yeah.
You know, I mean I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive with somebody who doesn't want to be in my car.
Right.
You know, there was once a time that I picked up like 5 people out here in what is that? First Avenue North over there in St. Pete, where all the bars are at. It was like closing time. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They get in, and somebody put the wrong address in the Uber app. So we get out. So I get on the highway going south, and they say, "Oh, this guy's trying to get money on us over here by going south." And I said, "I go where you people put the address in. That's where I have no idea where I'm going. I'm going by what the GPS tells me to go." And then the guy says, "They say, oh, leave me off here." I told him, I said, "I'll leave you off here in the elevated highway. I don't care." I said, "Because I don't want people in my van that don't want to be in here." I said, but the news tomorrow is going to be 3 dead and 2 injured and 1 we can't even find.
Yeah.
They were let go on an elevated highway over St. Pete. You here they are walking around at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on an elevated highway trying to dodge traffic.
Yeah.
You know, and then somebody over there had a clarity in their mind. You know, and then they said, no. They said, just get off at the first exit and we'll check the address. And sure enough, they put the right address in.
Yeah. Anyway, who's your primary care? Is it Dr. Ortega?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
when was the last time you saw him?
Dr. Ray,
when was the last time you saw
Thursday.
him? Last Thursday.
Yeah.
He's, he or she? He. He's also a VA doctor?
No, he's a private doctor.
You have your private doctor?
Yeah, because like I said, the VA couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything. They didn't even have me talking to a neurologist. They didn't even, or a neuropsychologist. They should have had that at least, you know what I mean? And they should have at least had me talk with an eye specialist, because I was actually seeing, like, if I look at a white pillowcase, I will see a yellow line straight across. And like a little bit of green tinge. You know, not these horses because they have a little bit of texture. But if I see like a white pillowcase or like something like that, you know, totally white, then I see that.
Yeah. So on the before 5/4, that's when you went to the VA because you feel not feeling well, right?
Yeah, well,
you feel dizzy.
And I had, I felt like if my head was in like a fog. I felt lightheaded.
You feel confused a little bit or no?
Yeah, I was feeling confused.
Feeling confused.
And like I said, I wasn't able to. By the time I got to the hospital, I wasn't able to remember people's names.
And the AMA said, "Okay, let's take you to Brandon's," and you said, "No, take me to VA."
No, they wanted to take me to the Brandon, and I agreed. You know, but then when they jammed me on over the speed bumps. And I felt that tremendous pain. I said, no, listen, get me out of here. And I'll just wait here for an Uber. I'll go to the VA hospital. And then they stay put. So look, there are many people are probably getting paid under the table to take me to Brandon. And I have the whole thing recorded. Because it just so happens that an hour before that, I was talking with her. Whenever I talk with her, I always record everything. Because it could go south real quick. You know, so I'm either voice or video recording the whole conversation. And it just so happened that that whole conversation between her, me calling up 911, everything that happened in the ambulance, everything that happened in the ER, it's all recorded. It was like a 4-hour conversation by the time they got me upstairs. And then when I got upstairs, I looked at my phone and I said, this thing is still recorded. So I said, even better. So I put it on YouTube and I saved it to my storage in the cloud. So now nobody can get it except me. That's the sin. But I thank God for it too. People listening, they say, I can't believe that they treated you like this in an ambulance. Can't believe it. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Mhm.
So you were there for 4 days in the VA, huh?
Right. Yeah.
And they could not find anything?
They couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything. All
They give you a bunch of tests there.
They gave me they never did the MRI. Now all they did was the CAT scan.
CAT scan.
And that's kind of weird because I know they have like 2 MRI machines over there. They have one in the women's center that I've gone to, and then they have another one that's right in that corridor between the main hospital and the other hospital. So, you know, I don't know why they decided not to do that, because I've heard that MRIs are a little bit more precise.
Blood tests, they check blood tests.
They check blood tests, everything
CT
came out
scan.
okay. And, you know, the CT scan, they said it all came out okay, so they didn't go to the next step with the MRI. You know, but,
and then they release you on the Thursday.
they wanted to release me right from the ER. And I told them, I said, no. I said, because there's something wrong. There's something wrong with my brain. I told them, I said, there's something mentally wrong. And then so the guy, he's looking at me, he's like, main doctor there at the ER, he's looking at me, he says, you think there's something wrong? I said, I know there's something wrong. I mean, you know when you're not right.
Yeah, because you're feeling.
Yeah, but not only that, but your memories. You know, I mean, you know what, you know when you're not right. You know, I mean, you know, and the guy said, okay, I'm gonna admit you. And then they admit me, and they also they couldn't find anything okay. But they like I said, they never had me talk to a neurologist. They never had me talk to a psychoneurologist, which is the same thing that I had when I had the double stroke. It was.
You said, when did you have the double stroke?
That was in June of 22.
Double stroke.
Yeah. And it's affected my whole, June of 22. So it's going to be right now, it's going to be 4 years.
22.
It's going to be like, what, next week or so, in 2 weeks, I guess it's going to be.
Year 2022, correct?
Right. So it's going to be 4 years.
Okay. So you came through a lot, huh? From the wheelchair to the walking.
A lot of stuff, and really bad back issues.
You said you have bad back issues too?
Yeah, and I have a well doctor. I mean, they wanted to operate my back.
You have any surgery aside, any surgery in the back or knee, hip?
Yeah, I had a concussion of the T9 and T10. I mean, they wanted, and they're still talking about operating on me, but I'm not going to do it. When I drove Uber and Lyft and did yellow cab, how many people did I pick up telling me that, I had a back operation or a neck operation and it didn't come out right? I'm going to take that chance. Okay, if I can sit down a half hour or whatever, I'm okay. I'll just go and lay down. But I'm not going to take a chance that I go on that operating table. Oops, and that's it. I end up in a wheelchair. You know, that's going to mess me up if I want to go out to.
You said T9, T9 and T12, what was that?
The T9 and T10.
T10.
Right. It's a question fracture there.
How long ago they told you that?
That was about like 2 years ago or so. Actually, it was 2 years and 3 months ago, something like that. I went to the doctor. They did an MRI of my back and this and that. And I had a.
When was the last time you drove an Uber?
The last time I drove Uber, I say maybe like. I tried to do it maybe like 2 years ago, but I couldn't do it.
Not anymore.
I couldn't do it. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I get too many spasms in my arm. I got in cramp now. Look at this. Look at my arm.
Yeah, because you got a stroke. The stroke is on the left side.
Yeah, look at this. This is all cramping up. What's it? And then either I take oxycodone, which is no good for my stomach, and it gives me constipation. You know, but look at this. Look at this. This is not looking like this, you know. Actually, I told the doctor when it first happened, the first had the stroke, I said, why don't you put a arm on my leg? You know, she no, we can't do that, and they got surgery, and the mental people got to sign off on it. And I told the doctor the other day, you know, I said, if they finally say, okay, we're gonna cut off your arm and your leg, I'm really gonna be like, kind of angry because they could have done this 4 years ago and they didn't do it, you know. And now it's gonna be even harder. And now I learned that there's a guy he invented some kind of shot that they put in the head of the person with some kind of arthritis, medication, antiseptic. And he had actually reverse the effects of a stroke. So I guess it's a good thing that I'm gonna get an opportunity. You know, but you know, it's very hard to live like this. It is.
Can you do me a favor if you can show me your medications? The one that you take only. Do you have a list or you have a bottle? Or what do you?
Yeah, I have bottles.
Yeah, okay.
But I take it, well, I can't, but I tell you, I take a glipizide.
I just have to take a picture of it and it's hard to memorize.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. You have a cane or a walker?
Yeah, I use this as a cane.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, two of them is pretty good.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah, I
it's very
know.
hard to
Yeah, yeah.
It's not flimsy. No, it's something like.
I think it's better to have a cane, you know, hoping you have one.
Yeah. No, I had a fall over here already, so
What?
I don't want another one. I had
Yeah.
one over here and one on the stairs,
Sure.
so I don't. But I'm having all kind of trouble. I'm sure.
Wow.
Back.
Oh, yeah.
So,
This is twice the bathroom or that one?
The room is nasty.
That's okay.
Okay, it's not like the clean.
just shut up and go to
Me
the room.
clean every day
Could you go shut up
y
and
no
go to the
like
room?
que me clean.
Mira, cállate la boca y vete al cuarto.
Que
¿ok?
ningún cuarto.
Cállate la boca y vete al cuarto, ¿ok? Esto entre yo y...
It's in my apartment, not your apartment.
This is not your apartment.
Yes.
This belongs to Vista, okay? That's how it works.
No, it's my apartment. Cállate.
You want, look, don't.
You
Shut
respect.
up.
You
Shut
respect
up.
for the woman.
Shut
You
up.
go for the Philippines.
If you was a woman,
The woman.
I respect you. But you're not, you're just a demon. Get out of here already.
Get out of
Get
here.
out of here.
The room is okay, no, it said maybe for the crazy.
Get out of here.
The headache crazy.
Just get out of here.
Yeah, you got it.
That's right.
Oh, yeah? You know the apartment. It's my apartment.
This is not your apartment.
Yeah. You don't like
It belongs
it?
to Vista.
You're
It belongs-
outside.
It just belongs to the owner. You're nothing.
You don't like
You're a
it?
zero to
You
the
don't
left.
like it? You outside and go other apartment for you.
Learn how to speak English, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this is
Learn how to
okay.
speak English
Yeah.
before you try.
Yeah.
Or at least speak Spanish. You're better off there.
You're not
Don't even
supposed.
try it.
I'm nurse.
Just shut up.
Not
And
supposed.
he's not a nurse. The third.
No, pero Mr. Post is the company for the correct in here. It's not the other. And then it's for the dog. Pero ain't gonna use anything. No more for the phone. Oh, he has the nurse? No.
Sigue. Sigue jodiendo. Voy para allá y se lo voy a decir a la oficina. A ver cómo, ¿qué es lo que pasa? I'll go get to the office right now. Go.
¿Qué me importa a mí?
Stop,
Como si
stop,
tú mandaras. Tiene ese cuarto podrido, no sé.
Déjame ir a la oficina. A ver qué carajo tú vas a hacer entonces.
Ay, porque tú me mandas a mí.
No, yo no te voy a mandar. Pero entonces, tú dices que yo estoy colado aquí. Tú dices que yo no debería estar aquí. Espera que la oficina te diga lo mismo a ti. Entonces, ¿qué cariño tú vas a hacer?
Ajá, sí.
¿Ah?
Tú mandas.
No, yo no mando. Pero tú puedes estar seguro que la oficina te va a decir a ti y a Steven que se largan de aquí. They're gonna tell you get out of here.
Can I use the restroom first?
Yeah, right here.
Right here? This way or?
Yeah, right here. Right. The first door over here. Yeah, there you
Ay,
go.
lo.
Shut up, Milo. ¿Cómo ir a la oficina? Este departamento tuyo. Déjame ver qué es lo que ellos van a decir allá en la oficina cuando yo vaya.
Me importa a mí.
A ver.
Como si tú me mandaras a mí.
A ver. You know what they're gonna tell you? Get out of here. This isn't your apartment. That's what they're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you this is not your apartment. This is our apartment. Get out of here. That's what they're gonna tell you.
Donde quiera que va, nadie te quiere.
I don't care. I don't care if people want me or not. I don't care if people don't want me or not. You think I care?
Cállate ya.
No, I'm not gonna be quiet. You started it. You started it, and then all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. No, you shut up. You go to your room.
Yo?
Yeah. Let me just, when I finish here, I'm going to the office. When I finish here, I'm going to the office.
Calla, lárgate.
You better start packing now. You better start packing now. You better call up whoever. You better call up 2 men in a truck to
Tengo
help
tanto
you.
miedo.
Yeah. You think I'm kidding around? Wait until he leaves. When he leaves, I'm going with him out there to the office, and we're gonna see whose apartment this is. We're gonna see if this belongs to you or if it belongs to our vista or who it belongs to. It's your fault. It's your fault. Who told you to put somebody in here that shouldn't be here? It's your fault. Well, now, you know what? We're gonna see. Let me just go to the office and tell them. You think I'm kidding around? Watch. Go packing. Get packing now, bro. Get a suitcase right now. That's the best thing you could do in your life. Get a freaking suitcase right now. Gonna come over here raising my blood pressure because you wanna act like you know how to speak English. Get the heck out of here. And then I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I'll get out of here. I'll get out of here when I want to get out of here. I'll leave when I want to leave. That's right. You can look at me all you want. You can suck your teeth. You can roll your eyes. You can put your hair. You can put your head to the side like you're related to Stevie Wonder.
Can we? That's sorry about that. But
Oh.
okay, yeah. Can I have a
Take my blood pressure now. See how I'm probably ready to go to the ER right now.
Is that the one here?
This is what he told me right now.
Okay. Is point here the one that you take?
It's glyphosate, 5 milligrams.
Okay, one.
Two times a day.
Okay, what else?
And then this is Shanubium.
Sure, yeah. What else?
And
Bien,
then
buenos días.
well, these are just vitamins.
Sure, no worries.
I also take
Sure. You show me the one that you
this is
take.
Jordan.
Okay,
This
Jordan.
is Jordan.
Sure. Okay, this one. What
And
else?
then
I'll put it back to you when I.
yeah, no.
The one that you take, maybe.
Right. I'm looking for the other one. Take well, that's really all I take with the aspirin.
Okay. Aspirin.
And then I'm taking one.
Where's the aspirin? I need the one that you take.
I don't know. It's the baby aspirin. So the 80 milligrams.
Is that 81 once a day or twice a day?
And
Okay.
then all these vitamins here.
Okay.
I take it
So-
primarily for diabetes. The vitamin C.
Here?
Yeah, that's the vitamin C.
Okay. All right. I got one
Apple
here.
cider vinegar. I gotta buy.
All right. Okay. What else?
Centrum.
Centrum. Okay.
The alpha-lipoic acid.
Okay. All of this. That's it.
Yeah, that's all the same.
That's okay. I all the same. Okay.
Yeah, they're all the same.
All you gotta do is just gonna take a picture of it. Can I? With that. And then put it back.
Yeah, don't worry. And then I got the yeah. You can take pictures.
Okay, this one done. Okay, and then remember make sure that I put it back. All of this is once a day, correct?
Yeah.
Once a day.
Hey, let me get these things so I can put them back in.
Yeah,
So
put
you
it
know
in.
that.
Yeah.
Let me get that and just look at it.
Yeah, I'm done with that. And then I took a picture of this one.
Centrum.
Vitamin C. Done. Hold on. Magnesium.
Yeah,
Okay,
magnesium
done.
for the cramps.
Done.
It's supposed to be for the cramps. Glyphosate for the
Done.
diabetes.
Diabetes.
Jordan, so some.
How many times a day with this?
That just once.
Just once a day.
Yeah, that's just good. And the
Just
same
yeah.
thing with the joint once a day.
All right. You have, and then you mentioned about aspirin, right?
Right. I
Yeah,
get-
once a
I
day.
get-
Okay.
right.
81 milligram.
Yeah, 81 milligrams.
Anything else that you take?
And just use the potassium.
Potassium. Okay.
I take a couple of those, but the couple says that I gotta cut back on because she doesn't want me to
Too much
raise the
potassium, yeah.
Yeah, but I take that because it goes with the magnesium. Yeah. I take
This one here?
these here, yeah, the
Cinnamon?
cinnamon for also for the diabetes.
Mhm.
I take like 6 of these pills. It's a lot.
Yeah.
1,200.
Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yeah. You're really natural. You like natural.
Yeah, melatonin. I take it at night, but it doesn't seem to help me out too much. It helps
Sleep.
me out a little bit.
But yeah.
I notice it helps out a little bit. I'm not gonna kid around.
Right.
But maybe
Any
it's
any like blood pressure pill? After was that
no, because I stopped taking it because well, first of all, I've learned how to lower it just with
to
my
relax
thoughts.
or whatever? Okay.
Relaxing in my thoughts,
Diet
except
and so-
except when she comes around.
It's okay.
When she comes around, there's the only medication that's gonna help there is a big dosage of what is that I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta have a horse tranquilizer.
How about
You know?
do you have any like cholesterol drug or no?
Yeah, they say that I have high cholesterol.
And you don't take
They
it?
say, but I don't take that because I've seen a couple of studies about high cholesterol and brain activity.
Uh-huh.
That these statins that they
Yeah, you're right.
that
It's
they-
not in there.
that they affect that there's a correlation between people who take these statins, these high cholesterol medications, and Alzheimer's and stuff like that. My father had Alzheimer's. My mother had dementia.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I mean, and then there's this other doctor that I see on the internet. I don't know if it's true, but he says that we should be eating a dozen eggs every day.
How many?
A dozen eggs every day.
Wow.
I tell you one thing: if I ate a dozen eggs, she'd be out of here because I'd be throwing farts that would be so toxic. The dog would have died a long time ago, and she would be running for her life. She might just be running for her life in a little
So
while.
I said you're diabetic, correct? Because
Right,
you're
I'm diabetic.
Do
yeah,
you
yeah.
check your sugar every
Yeah,
day?
every day.
What's
every
the
day.
number today?
Every day. Today it was a little high. Today it was 179.
179. Okay.
Yeah, today was yesterday. I kind of went crazy and I didn't take my vitamins. But usually I'm pretty good. This time the A1C was 8.4.
Oh, okay.
Before that
A
it
little
was
bit high.
7. Yeah, it was a little bit high. But before that it was 7. But I had spent like $1,200 just buying meat for the whole 6 weeks. I just went to town buying meat from that place, Omaha Steaks.
Oh yeah.
So I spent like $1,200 that month, but I can't do that every month. You know?
No kidding me. This is a good
1200.
steak. Very good steak.
Very good, very good, very expensive, but it was good. I mean, I'm not eating like Wagyu beef. I'm not eating that fancy, you know, $100 a pound stuff
It's so
or whatever.
expensive, man.
But you know, I was eating good. I was eating good, and the thing went down. But then I developed gout,
Yeah.
so I couldn't do it. You know, I couldn't do it. And
Anyway, when was your last bowel movement? Today or yesterday?
it was yesterday.
Okay. No problem with that.
No, I have to make sure that you know everything is okay with that because you know I have like milk of magnesia right over there. Doesn't get any kind of whiff of constipation. I gotta be careful because if I have to take the oxycodone,
Yeah.
you know that's gonna increase the constipation.
So you forgot to tell me also you said you take pain pill?
Yeah.
Oxycodone?
Right.
Can I take a picture of it?
Yeah, I got
How many milligrams?
It's the 10. It's the oxycodone 10. Yeah, they got 5 and then
Do
10
you have
and then
a
20.
picture of that or no?
No, I don't keep them there.
Yeah, okay.
I
I know
have the 5, the 10, the what do they do? Cane over here.
Wait, where's your cane?
I think I must have left it over there because I'm gonna crack her on top of the head with it.
All right.
She, you know, these ex-women, they know exactly what button to push. You know what I mean? And then she goes away. Like, so she starts. She needs to be quiet.
Speak in Saturday. Okay. That's it. That's it. Okay. Okay. If I know you, this is like the past. Okay. All right, good. 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 Yeah, but she used to have fantastic. Yeah, that's just good. That's so. That last time. Yeah. Yeah. Liquid. You want water? No, I have a water, I guess. That's what I'm on. Yeah, it's okay. This is your space, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is your private domain, you know what I'm saying? Right, you can wait time to come. There you go. Do you have a when we're getting? Are you sure? All the Because you have the right side, you have a public like. But you try the best to manage with that. Yeah. You don't go in the bathroom. You can go in the bathroom. And in the bathroom, you can go. Yes. And of course, you just sit, and then when you're clean, you go to the bathroom, after the bedroom. Is that right?
The bedroom, yeah, after
Yeah.
that.
So you make you go to the bathroom to go the, you know,
And that's
thing
what-
that you go there and clean, and
Yeah.
when you lay
I
down.
go to my bed, yeah, and I clean, so,
Okay,
yeah,
makes sense, okay.
yeah. Because I can't do anything about my age, you know? I
Yeah.
can't go back, but I can't try to stay as clean as possible, you know? And if I can stay as clean as possible, then at least, you know, I can kind of.
Let me think about that. Okay, so the vice grip is to open your water. Oh, I see, okay.
Because I don't have any strength to open
Yeah,
these
yeah.
things up
Yeah.
anymore. You
I
know,
see.
I don't have any.
Strength to open.
So what, you thought I was gonna crack her on top of the head with the vice grip?
No, you don't.
I waited till you're not here. You know, if we're gonna do it, I waited till you're not here. I'm not gonna do it with you here. She's safe as long as you're here. And once you leave, I don't know, man.
No, let's go easy.
I just gotta make sure I put a good life insurance policy on her. That's all.
Let's go easy. It's all right. Yeah. Remember, we're Christian. Remember, we're Christian.
Take my blood pressure now. I think any minute now I'm gonna see Jesus face to face. Yeah, man. She knows how to put it way up there, man. That's why I was recording that night.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk with her, I record it or video record it because it could go south real fast. You know, so you know this is my life.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, how am I supposed to get better? You know, with that kind of situation going on. Especially, I can see if it was like before, but not now, because now I'm having mental problems.
Do you go to psychologist or psychiatrist?
They had me talk to a psychologist, I think, but not a neuropsychologist.
Anyway, are you allergic to any medications that you know?
There was one that they put in my stomach. I don't know what it was. It's like supposed to be like to prevent stroke or something like that.
Oh,
That's no good. I forgot the name of it. Elevan, or I don't know what the heck it is, but they usually put it in the stomach, and it's supposed to be so I guess it's sort of like the aspirin, you know, kind of like that, so like a blood thinner.
anticoagulant.
Yeah.
Is that warfarin?
I don't know which one it was.
Eliquis?
I don't know which one it
Clopidogrel,
was.
you don't know?
I know I looked it up because the lady, she wanted to put it in my arm.
Mm.
And I said, what are you putting in my arm? She said, oh, it's like, for anti-stroke and everything. So she told me the name, Ella something.
Mm.
And I looked it up and it's supposed to be in the stomach. And I told her, I said, why are you putting something in my arm when it's supposed to be in my stomach?
Mm.
And she's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. She started talking left and right, blah, 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 blah. And I told her, I said, look, I said, I'm checking everything out, you know? I said, I may be here, I'm having mental problems, but that doesn't mean I'm totally crazy. I'm not gonna let you do whatever you want to do. You know, I mean, that's not gonna happen. So,
See here. Who would be your contact person here that you're gonna put?
probably my sister, Yvette,
Okay, what's your name?
Yvette, Soto,
How your first name?
Yvette, Yveette.
Okay, and last name Soto?
Soto, yes.
Okay. You have a phone number?
Yes, the telephone number is 214. Let me see what this is. Let me get the 214. I mean, this is totally pivotal. Totally crazy this point. Even with fat fingers, my fat fingers, I can't even type. That's my sister is 214.
Okay.
435 6768.
43567.
Let's get that.
What was that then? So
214
Sa api dyan, nandito na kahit.
435 7678.
76
I think, yeah.
How you doing?
7678.
Oh, I'm sorry I called you up so early.
7678. Okay.
Okay. I was just
and manage to get for that trade.
Yo creo que sí, no sé. Wow.
maybe my mental issue is just rubbing off on you. Is it contagious?
Huh?
Maybe my mental issues and my insomnia is contagious to you. So your number is 214 435 7678.
435
Yeah. And I have
7678.
right, 7678.
Wow.
And I also have DNR, the number supposed to take
You are?
with the VA.
Oh, okay.
Vaya, me deja que yo no recibí
No, I
nada.
had enough. You better call you up later on, okay?
It's
I'm
a
over here with the
surprise.
therapist. Evaluate.
Es sinvergüenza,
Get
Julián,
me
es una
evaluated.
sinvergüenza.
Okay, I'll call you up.
Okay.
So yeah, the VA has the DNR information, so
Ay, nena, dame esa cualquier cosa, por eso literal yo la recibí.
it's just totally, it's just a terrible situation. I'm trying to get out of here as soon as possible. Don't make it too easy.
Mira que sinvergüenza tú.
All right, make your movement a little bit, okay? All right. Can you raise your right arm for me?
Wow.
Right arm.
Esta es la que-
Okay, down. Let me move this one just a little bit there. Okay. In the other side.
Ay, nena, pero tú sabes una cosa, tú eres un capaz.
Okay, that's 90. Oh, that's fine. That's okay.
Él tiene un trabajo.
And then
It's those cramping and
yeah,
spasms.
bend your elbow.
Ya
just a little
conmigo
bit.
hace como un mes, el mes
And then down.
ya conmigo para cuando viene la
Okay,
emergencia
hold it,
de la
okay.
patología.
Hold me. Push up. Go ahead. Okay, the other side.
Él tuvo que
Okay,
poner su-
that's okay. Push forward. Push down. Yeah. Okay. Good. Squeeze my hand. Okay. Push my hand forward. No. Push. Pull.
Sí, no es fácil que seguir hacia adelante.
This one is good. But this one. This is
Que
the
no hay
weakness.
peor.
Squeeze my hand. Okay.
¿Y te
Pull it.
conseguiste todo bien en la casa?
And then push forward. Okay. Shake it a little bit there. Yeah. The other side. Can you kick your leg for me? Okay. How about this one? Let me check.
Ah, pero está ya que se yo bien. Para acá, no hay en esta casa.
Yeah, you got some. Okay, here.
Yes, it's constantly with the spasms.
Mira, aquí yo llamé a la gente porque el aire está dañado, man.
Okay.
Y mira que
Raise
este
your knee.
hombre.
Let me see. I just want to see if you're able to raise it up.
Supuestamente
Oh, you can?
ellos vinieron
Okay,
ella
that's
se
good.
le pasó de la-
How about the other side? Yeah. This one is
Yeah,
okay.
this one is all.
Okay, kick your leg one. Hold it. Push down. All right, good. Now try to
Y
bring your
así
foot
está
up.
aquí. Está caliente. Sí, yo tengo la mano por el lado del aire.
Okay, push this hand. Push my hand. All right, push up the
This
side. Okay, how about this one? Push again.
Será
Yeah, this is the
bueno.
weaker one. Okay, kick again.
Except when I get
No,
cramps.
it's
When I
weird.
get cramps, then nobody can move.
It's called a stroke usually have a spasticity. We call this spasticity, and that's the manifestation of the stroke, you know. But you gotta keep it moving because if you don't move it, it's you get sick.
A lo mejor yo viaje así, yo me pongo mala.
Open and close if you can.
No ve que uno está ahí sentado y también el viaje. ¿No?
So
Bueno,
that's a good
venía
thing
con
because I have a patient that they really died.
Bueno, menos que
They
venía con
cannot
10.
open anymore. It's too late because they don't use the hand. So they have to really at least move, you know.
Oh.
Have to work it out. Get it.
Con la máquina, ¿no?
And you-
Con la máquina que tú compras.
Yeah, that's true. If you don't use the
por lo
muscles,
menos.
you will have a muscle atrophy. Yeah, that's a thing. It's very important
Wow.
to have that.
I don't want them to use it. I don't want them using too much of that painkiller
Wow.
first.
Yeah.
You get addicted to it, like
Well,
they already
man,
got me up to
okay.
10.
Yeah.
The next one is up is 20. And then it goes into morphine. They already wanted to give me
Dame entonces, ¿cómo va a con Válgame, Mayra, como 4 meses que tú no venías.
You know, I'm always thinking, man, that's the kind of stuff that my cousins died.
Yeah, that's true.
El que viniera Jesse, ¿verdad?
How's your, do you,
Jesse era que venía.
what do you call that?
Va, Jesse, vino.
Do you,
Y el carro,
you
¿te
said you
subió?
didn't fall
¿Está
down
bien?
within the 3-month period, no? You didn't fall
3
down.
months, no,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
6
yeah,
months,
I
very.
Y así es.
well, yeah, I fell down over here in the stairs.
No,
Outside?
Yeah.
Ahí son gente la
Very,
pista que
at
hay
the
aquí.
very bottom of the stairs, I
Okay.
fell down, and in my
Sí,
room
entre
too,
la
I fell
pista
down.
que vino.
Within 6 months period. So,
Within 3 weeks. I've been here now almost 3 weeks.
okay. Yeah.
Ay, nena, pero-
The first thing, very important, is to
Sí, pero yo creo
keep a pathway
está
for
como
you to
duele
win.
nada, Mayra.
Yeah, no, the reason why I do this is because I have to protect
Eso es lo que
myself
cae un
in the
chiquito
room
de
because
la
I don't
guardia.
want to hit a garbage.
Right,
Eso es lo que
right.
una media de gato.
And I don't want, so I barricade myself.
Yeah.
You see, I put the
Sí,
chair there.
Barricade yourself.
I put that hamper, it's filled up with stuff, it weighs a lot, and I put it right next to that,
Mhm.
so there's no way they can get in. I barricade myself there. I don't want no problems. If not, I never go to sleep.
That's true. And you say you have a hard time sleeping, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
need to rest.
I take melatonin, but it only helps a little.
You really need to rest.
Yeah, I told the doctor, he said, well, we're gonna work on different things, you know,
Yeah.
little bit by little bit.
Okay. See if you can stand up again. If you can do that for me.
Sí, es mejor, porque están las casas ahí y te velan en la casa tuya. ¿Sí?
That's okay. Stand and then sit down. Use your hand. It's okay to use your hand.
I have to.
Tú tienes que buscar.
Yeah, do it again,
sí,
up
tienes
again.
que tratar, porque imagínate, entonces, cuando tú tengas bien, entonces que va bien a disfrutar eso.
Slow but sure. That's how it is, right?
Con objetivo.
Okay.
I guess spasms.
Spasm. Okay. Okay, sit down. Yeah.
Ahí está, mira, eso también la compió, ¿verdad, Sera?
Okay, that's fine. So we'll be fine. Okay.
La compió.
Yeah, you still have a weakness, you know, in the leg.
Yeah.
But at least you're able
Ay, eso no
to.
es fácil.
The main thing is keep working, keep moving, because if you don't move, you're gonna be weak. You know? Even a normal person, if we just lay down and sit in a chair, or muscle atrophy, man.
Yeah.
Muscle starts to shrink, and then you get so tired quickly, and something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully the therapist can at least if I can gain some confidence as far as,
Yes, that's the main thing.
you know, not going up and down the stairs, which is my greatest concern. And the Christian therapist, I have a lot of
Psychologist.
concerns going in and out of the bathtub, and cleaning myself. Yeah, I can't do anything about being 68 years old, but at least I can be clean.
That's true.
You know?
I think there's a OT is assigned also to you.
Yeah.
The OT is the main thing for you for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I have-
20.
because I
There's a
have
way. There's a way that she can teach you how to do the proper way. Okay.
Yeah, because I need to, you know, that's a whole, that's a whole nother, how do you say, confidence kind of thing. you know?
Correct. Yeah.
And
Do you
then
have a? Do you have a chance you have a flu shots before last year?
no, I stopped taking these shots after I got the stroke, I just don't trust anything that.
So no more shots.
No more shot. I don't go
Okay.
outside. You know, if they'd have to bring the flu in here.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't go outside for nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I stay months without going outside because of the stairs.
I don't blame you, man.
You know, and that's why people don't even know that I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, but she allowed me to come over here, and she doesn't tell them how much I get for Social Security, so she doesn't pay that much rent.
Mhm.
I could understand that, but then don't start saying that you're gonna get me out of here because you know I'll go to the office right now and I'll tell them, hey, you know what? Look, here goes my ID. I've been here since 2019. I've been getting therapists here. I've been getting doctor's visits here. I don't know how many times I've gone to the had how do you say 911 call the fire rescue people. The ambulances pick me up from here and take me to the hospital. You know, so she cannot say the people who come over here for maintenance, they all know me. You know, I gotta talk to anybody. I don't stay quiet. You know, I'm a friendly person, you know, except when she starts with her things.
Yeah.
Over here.
Anyway, most of your pain, is it mostly on the left arm?
Yeah.
Left side of the body? Like how sore is it from 1 to 10?
So it's about a 9.
9? It's about a 9?
And of course, you know, she's already, you know, increasing.
But when you're sitting down, it comes down to like
a little bit
like 4
lower.
or 5?
Usually my usual is like a 6 to 8.
6 to 8. So that's the range, 6 to 8. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. And the only thing that can help you is about relaxation, that's what you said, and
Yeah.
oxycodone, correct?
Right, but
Yeah.
like I said, I try to stay away from that as much as possible. You know,
Yeah.
because that's bad news.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, and they just upped it. I used to take the 5s, now I'm taking the 10s. Because the 5s ain't doing nothing. And then it's gonna go to 20s, gonna go to morphine and stuff. And I don't wanna go there.
No, you will get addicted, you know.
And this guy over there is 219 miles away. He charges $6,000 for a shot behind the head.
Oh, shoot, that's a lot.
$6,000.
Yeah.
But he says 80% of the people, they don't get no spasms, or they get no more cramps. And some of them come out totally healed. Totally healed from their memory issues or whatever. And look, now I'm slurring my words. Before I didn't do that. Before that Monday, my vocabulary was working perfectly. Now I'm over here fighting just to get words.
Anyway,
I never
I
had
forgot to ask you, you know, I'm gonna mention 3 words, okay? Are you ready? Socks. I'm wearing socks, okay? Blue, color blue, you know, blue gloves, blue. And then bed, you know, bed, you went there in the bed, you sleep in the furniture. Can you tell me the 3 words?
Blue, socks, and bed.
Got it. What's the year today?
Year is 2026.
Awesome. What month?
Spring.
Awesome. Day of the week.
Saturday.
Yeah, awesome. Can you tell me the 3 words again?
Blue,
Mm-hmm.
bed,
Mm-hmm.
socks.
You got it. All right. That's the main thing. Very good. They should still have there, you know.
Yeah, because I'm drinking 6 cups of coffee. The doctor says don't do it because they're gonna affect my heart. I told him, I said, what do you want me to do? You want me to go going around? I said, well, see if people can give me something better. You know, he says, no, you can't drink that much coffee. He says, that's no good. It's gonna give you a heart problem. You're drinking 6 cups of coffee and look at the size.
It's a lot.
Look at the size. That's pretty big boy right there.
It's a lot. Yeah.
You know? And 6 of them.
Water is good. You know, 6 at least 6 of bottles a day. It's okay to make a pee, but it's good.
Yeah. And you know, but I'm drinking coffee like I don't know. They used to have.
This is your book, okay? So I'm gonna
Okay.
give this to you.
They used to have a commercial.
Yeah.
Colombian coffee guy.
Oh, okay.
He used to go into the mountains of Colombia with a donkey,
Oh.
and he used to pick beans there. And his name was Juan Valdez. And I tell people, I said, you know, I drink so much coffee that I'm turning into Juan Valdez. And if I don't take a bath for a couple of days, I smell like his donkey. You know, I mean, but nobody's giving me anything better. Nobody's telling me, okay, you can cut back on the coffee. Here's a pill.
Yeah.
And let's see how that works out.
Yeah. So when you came home, were you able to at least slowly by slowly climb up the steps a little bit?
No, when I came, I fell down. I had to go up the stairs and I fell down.
No, I'm saying when you came home, came home.
Yeah, they let me out.
Mhm.
Yeah, they let me out on Thursday.
Mm.
I came over here and I tried to get up the stairs.
Yeah.
And the first time I fell down. And the second time I was able to get up.
Yeah.
You know, but
You use which side of the railings you use?
with my I tried to
Did somebody came along with you?
I tried to use both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to use both of them, but the driver tried to help me out.
Okay,
The driver tried to help me out because he saw that I was having trouble, and he tried to help me. And but I fell down.
Which one is hard one? Going up or going down? Hard one.
But it's scary
Going up is hard.
down. Scary going down.
Yeah.
It's just scary. It's
So,
hard going up.
Yeah.
It's hard going up, but it's scarier going down a little bit.
Because
on the stairs.
when you go up, good leg goes up first, okay? So meaning the right leg, step, step. And then when you go down, affected leg goes down. The left side go down first, but you need to hang on.
Yeah.
Well, that's the usually good leg goes to heaven, bad leg goes to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's easy to remember.
Bad leg goes to hell.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But the thing is that, that's very scary.
It's scary,
Very
yeah. Of course.
And, thank God that the driver tried to help me out.
Yeah.
And then he said, "You want to try again?" I said, "No." I said, "Listen, let me just rest here."
Yeah.
And I said, "You can go." And then he left. And I was very grateful to him.
Yeah.
He was trying to take me to Advent Hospital, which is right up the street from the VA hospital.
Mm.
But when we got over there, there were a whole bunch of people there. And I said, "What?" I said, "Just take me to Brighton. I'll go to Brighton Hospital. They go out." But,
Thank you for your time.
thank you, and I'm sorry that you had to see all that drama. and
No,
stuff.
that's okay. I understand.
I mean,
Even me and my wife, we have some arguments.
that's not part of your. They should give you hazard pay.
And that's all right.
They need to
Everything has to come down.
they need to give you hazard pay so that this way you can even come back over here. Hopefully the next person who comes down here, they don't have to hear that.
Oh, they're good. The team here are really good, man.
But I don't really care. I just want to get better. I don't care what's going on. Hey, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Okay. I'm sorry, okay?
Okay.
Yo estoy aquí en la casa.
Thank you very much.
Es que vine
Mr.
de
Bowles,
terapista.
Yeah.
Okay, take care.
Bye-bye.
Now, right?
Ay, usted se cambió casi todo.
Sí, I'm getting a little bit better, but it's the coffee.
La cita
Okay, take care.
Así es. Yo mañana, me voy a para la iglesia.
Quiet.
O mañana yo voy para la iglesia, pero palabras, no vamos. Porque ya yo estoy camino a las de Brian, yo no estoy yendo a la americana. Ajá. ¿A dónde? ¿En la iglesia? ¿A qué hora va a ser? Yo no vi nada, ya me sacaron algo que no comí un dito. Hay una comida. ¿Dónde ir? Go eat. Me hice un huevito. Así se lo come. Si tuviera que entonces cambio así. Pero que Dios te bendiga, que goces mucho. Ok, a lo mismo, papá. Milo, aquí. Milo, you go this, go pee pee. Go pee pee. Ay, go pee pee. Go pee pee. Ay, yeah. Go pee pee. No, go pee pee. Pee aquí. Pee pee, caca. Pee. Vamos, pee pee. Vamos allá, aquí. Pee pee. Go pee pee. Entonces me echan. A ver si le echo agua a la cosa esa. ¿No quiere comer huevito, papá? Voy a echarte un poquito de esto de agua. ¿No quiere huevito? ¿Come huevito? Ay, no. Come huevito, come huevito. Come huevito. ¿No quieres huevito? Come bien. Come. Come huevo. Ahí, come huevo.